Hey guys, this is Josh from photographytipshq.com, and I'm here to show you this great ebook from digitalphotographyschool.com, which is Portraits Making the Shot. This book, I wish I had I wish I'd had it when I first started out. It has got so much great information. It's just a wealth of knowledge. You will be taking better portraits by the time you're done reading this thing. So, we're going to dig into it a little bit. I'm going to blur it out. So let's dig in a little bit here. This is Portraits Making the Shot. So the beginning of the book starts off just a little bit about the author, how she got into photography, um, the steps she took to get her first job. The next thing it goes into the 10 rules that she lives by, which is get your camera off of auto, um, get naked, shoot in RAW, don't shoot in JPEG. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Talking about not trusting your memory cards too much and having multiple. Less is more. Stop controlling and go with the flow. There are two ways to shoot portraits. The first is to plan out every detail and to direct within an inch of your life. When you do this, you're creating your version of your sitter rather than capturing their version. The second way, she says, is my preferred way, is to give your subject the opportunity to give you the shot rather than trying to drag it out of them. So just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Trust is everything. Take risks, make mistakes. This is so important. This is so important. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. When we take risks and we fail, we make mistakes, we learn from those mistakes. We learn what not to do again. And there are those times that we can look at something that we uh, may have turned out as a mistake, and we can go, I know exactly how to fix that for next time. So it's all about learning and growing. Take those risks, make those mistakes, keep pushing forward. Don't beat yourself up. All those mistakes are just they're just stepping stones towards your success and your growth. So take risks, make mistakes. Use a tripod. So important. Um, she says here that she uses a tripod because it helps remove a lot of distractions. Frame your work in camera. Use a handheld light meter. And she goes into greater detail on each of those rules. I'm just quickly skimming over it so that you guys can see just a little bit what this book's about. She goes in here talking about her first camera, tips on buying secondhand, the gear she uses, the lenses, more about tripods, flashes, portable lighting systems, remote triggers, portable lighting accessories, reflectors or bounce boards. She talks about them and the kind of light that they will produce. And she gives examples of the window light only, a black reflector, gold reflector, silver reflector, and white reflector. Some more lighting options, softbox diffusers, grid spots. This is a great section here, but the three amigos of photography: ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. And she really does a great job of breaking those down and helping you understand what each of those things are individually and how they work together. This next chapter is the lights, understanding your camera's light meter, understanding a handheld meter, balancing daylight and flash, shooting with a flash off camera, shaping your flash. It goes into the different, you have umbrellas, small softbox, large softbox. This right here, this is such a great tip. Beautiful skin is only one stop away. She writes that she always overexposes her portraits by at least a half to a full stop. And by doing that, brighter skin shows less detail and texture, so it just appears softer. The overexposure also helps to get some details in the blacks. You also get detail in highlights, and there's still tone in the highlights. So don't be afraid to overexpose by one stop when you're doing portraits. They will turn out great, I promise you. A little bit about shooting in daylight, shooting on a cloudy day, shooting on location. Some of her inspiration: she's inspired by movies, inspired by pop culture, other photographers. Organize your inspiration, share the love, shoot other stuff just because. Preparation before the shoot: get to know the sitter, get to know your location, test different settings. This is great stuff, guys. You want to make sure that when you're getting to a shoot that you have as much of the the details worked out as possible that you won't have to deal with during the shoot. So you know the settings on your camera for when you're going to be doing the shoot, and it's not something you got to be fumbling over and trying to figure out during the shoot. Just have that stuff taken care of ahead of time. Direction. This is a great section on how to give direction to your subject. How to pose them, some directing tricks, what to talk about during a shoot, some different poses. Again, some more poses, using a wall, using a chair. There's a great section here on things you should try to avoid, dealing with difficult situations and sitters, and photographing children here. Hair and makeup tips, styling tips for a portrait shoot, colors and patterns, lengthening the legs, creating a slimmer stomach. Comfort is important. And that's it. Guys, again, I can't recommend this book enough. It has definitely helped me improve my photography and taking portraits. With the purchase of this book, you also get the portrait recipe book, which is like 14 different portraits and the exact recipe on how they took them, where the camera was, where the subject was, where the lighting was coming in, the kind of lighting that is used. And that book comes for free just for purchasing this one. So again, I highly recommend it. You won't regret it. It will help you improve. Please click the link below to see my written review of this book. I hope you enjoyed this. We'll see you next time.